Good day, I am Monique Tuzon and this is PTV News Now. India has a massive population of young men and women, but its economy is not creating enough employment for them. Hence, the government is wooing global manufacturers to generate more jobs, but work opportunities are not keeping pace with demand. VOA's Anjana Pasricha reports from New Delhi.
Since quitting a private company, technology graduate Rahul Singh has spent nearly 2 years at a tutoring center in New Delhi, preparing for India's civil services examination to qualify for a government job.
I wanted a government job because I want job security. If I get it, my whole life will be on track.
In the world's most populous country, tens of thousands of graduates and postgraduates spend years at tutoring centers, hoping to crack the fiercely competitive exam. The chances are slim. Less than 1/4% make the grade. But the dearth of well-paying jobs drives them to try. Akash Bhardwaj wants a government job because he was dissatisfied with the $200 per month salary he earned as an accountant after graduating with a commerce degree.
In the
private sector, I would not have got a good package.
Nearly half of India's 1.4 billion people are under 25. More young people from rural areas like Bhardwaj and Singh are getting college degrees, hoping to move into cities as the economy grows briskly. But the formal sector, meaning businesses registered with the government, accounts for just 8% of total employment. Although the government is wooing global manufacturers to generate more jobs, opportunities are not keeping pace with demand.
Now you see the organized sector is highly mechanized and automated and increasingly using artificial intelligence. So they are actually shedding jobs rather than creating jobs. And that's why it's sometimes called jobless growth.
The 13.4% unemployment rate for college graduates is far higher than the overall jobless rate of 3.2%. As India heads into national elections, activist Praveen Kashi says people don't want the welfare measures that political parties offer, but jobs. He has launched a campaign, One Vote, One Job.
We don't want guarantees for free water, electricity, or rations. We can buy our food and pay our bills if we have work.
India's huge young population is a demographic opportunity if it can be harnessed.
What we need to do is make the youth very productive, give them good quality education so that they can generate jobs for themselves, they can do creative things, without that, this demographic dividend, which we can get because of the large youth population, that will turn into a disaster.
That is what these young graduates want to avoid.
Whatever time it takes, I only want a government job, whether it takes 1, 2 or 3 more years.
The pressure is enormous.
Even if I take a break for 1 or 2 days, I feel I'm left behind and struggle to catch up. When we take exams, despite getting good scores, we don't qualify.
Creating jobs will be India's biggest challenge as its working age population hits 1 billion over the next decade. Anjana Pasricha, VOA News, New Delhi.
A Ukrainian-Canadian band sings songs about strength and resisting the Russian invasion at an international music festival in New York City. Groups from all over the world performed at the Global Fest, including the band Balaklava Blues. VOA's Jyoti Rekhi reports from New York City.
Take a trip around the world, hearing music spanning continents, from Moroccan-French quartet Babla Blues to Indian-American Karsh Kale. All played at Global Fest, an international music festival earlier this week at New York City's Lincoln Center.
Music is a key way to really, for artists to express themselves, but also for the world to really understand what's happening around them.
Founded shortly after 9/11 in 2003, the festival seeks to create moments of musical discovery through cultural awareness, a mission organizers feel is ever more important as conflicts rage on around the world.
We really feel that it's important that we have this unique ability through this festival and through our organization to highlight these things, whether it's, you know, raising funds or whether it's raising awareness.
Balaclava Blues took the stage for a set at David Geffen Hall. The band is a labor of love for husband and wife Mark and Marichka Marchik, who met in Ukraine during the 2014 pro-European protests.
That's really where we sort of met and fell in love.
Mark, a Canadian, was in Kyiv working on a film when he saw Marichka, a Ukrainian ethnomusicologist, singing traditional songs at a demonstration honoring young men who had been killed by anti-riot police. It was the start of a romantic and professional journey across nations. While they make their home in Canada this past October, Marichka returned to Ukraine to serve her people.
She's a combat medic in eastern Ukraine. She serves for the, she's a volunteer for the 3rd Tank Platoon of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, which means that she lives in, you know, abandoned houses and villages that are mostly abandoned and shelled out.
A multimedia performance by the band combined themes of loss, violence, and strength with a blend of Ukrainian polyphony and contemporary electronica.
That's for sure challenging. It's challenging to be in both worlds because they're so completely different. Less than a week ago, you know, she was sleeping in a car in a field while waiting to get a command of which next town to go to. And, you know, hearing explosions going constantly.
And through events like this, the Marchiks want their audience to experience the two contrasting worlds they live in.
One thing that I really respect about Global Fest is that they don't shy away from having difficult conversations through music.
Balaclava Blues want the people around the world to know about the brutal war raging in Ukraine and help its defenders as best they can. Any profits off merchandise the band sells go directly to the Ukrainian army. Jyoti Reiki, VOA News, New York City.
This is Monique Tuzon. Stay informed, get ahead, get the news right here.